Okay, I got a problem here involving a mixed martial arts fighter, and I like mixed martial arts, so that's why I set this one up this way. So, a mixed martial arts fighter fought 21 fights, okay, and won 5 more fights than he lost. How many fights did he win? Okay, so he fought a total of 21 fights, he won 5 more fights than he lost, so how many fights did he win? I want to start out again by defining a variable, so I'll say let x equal the number of fights won. So I'll say a number of fights won. So we're letting x equal the number of fights won. Now if we simply think for just a quick second here, and we know that he fought 21 fights overall, right, so we can actually say that the number of fights lost, okay, because we know he won 20, we know he fought 21 fights, and that's equal to then 21 minus x. Okay, so there's nothing really complicated here. We know he fought 21 fights overall, and we know if x is the number of fights he won, then 21 minus x must be equal to the number of fights lost. Okay, that's how I'm defining this. Nothing complicated. Now, if I want to solve this, all I have to do is set up a simple equation. And that equation says x, which is the number of fights won, okay, x is equal to 21 minus x, number of fights lost, plus 5, okay, plus 5. And the reason we have the plus 5 in here, and the reason we have to define these two things this way, is because over here it says in the equation that, or in the problem, that he won 5 more fights than he lost. Okay? So if this is the number of fights lost, we know that he won 5 more than he lost. So we have to add 5 to the number of fights that he lost. Now, all we got to do is simplify this a little bit, because there's some simplification we can do here. So x is equal to, so 21 plus 5 is 26 minus x, right? So 26 minus x. Now if we add 1x to both sides, right, what we wind up with here is 2x is equal to 26, right? And I'll carry that right up here. So 2x is equal to 26. Divide that by 2, divide that by 2. These cancel out. X is equal to 13. Okay? So the number of fights won is 13 fights. Okay, so he won 13 fights. So we answered the question that they were asking for. How many fights did he win? So he won 13 fights. So we can say won 13 fights. However, if we wanted to know how many fights he lost, all we'd have to do is subtract. So 21 minus 13, 7, or 8 rather. So that's the number of fights he lost. And that's pretty much all you'd have to do for this problem to get the correct answer.